Hello, mutable signs. This is going to be your energy update. Okay, so we're just going to take a look at the energy that is coming through, and then, yeah. So, if you don't know if you are a mutable sign or not, I am referring to Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, and what's the other one? Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo. I knew it was another one. Okay, those are the mutable signs, mutable movement, otherwise. Okay. So, I mean, this could be if you have a mutable sign for your sun, your moon, as well as your rising. Okay. It doesn't just have to be for sun sign. So, we're just going to take a look at the cards coming through. And then, yeah. So, feels like somebody's trying to fight with you. It's weird. Okay. Because um, these two cards that came out in this oracle deck that I'm using right here. I saw the group think and then I saw the surrender. So the group think can also be tied to community. Or if it's not somebody's trying to fight with you, it could be that you may be surrendering or letting go of some sort of project that maybe you were trying to establish that was going to help the community, or you thought it was going to be like a beacon of light that was supposed to help the community, but now you are giving up on it. Now, while you're doing that, I don't know, everybody's reasoning is going to be different, but it does feel like that you are surrendering to something. It could just be people are just being difficult. It could be a lack of support. Like I said, everybody's reasoning is going to be different. But it does feel like somebody, like I said, you're surrendering something, but then at the same time, someone may be trying to, like I said, pick with you about it. Or, that could be something that you experienced while you were trying to do this thing. And you could be coming to a point where it's like, you know what, this isn't even worth it. It's not worth the headache. I feel you on that. Okay, you have first breath, beginner's mind. Cardinal signs got that energy as well. You have me talks. Yeah, that goes back to kind of like what I was feeling. Either people are coming at you, you feel like you're not being supported, or it could be one of those things where you feel like, look, I'm trying to do a good thing here, and it seems like all you do is complain, complain, complain. And so, you may be taking a extended vacation. It doesn't mean that you're going to be taking a whole lot of time off and not working or anything like that. I mean, some of you guys it could, but it does feel like that you are going to be, whereas fixed signs, or was that cardinal signs? Oh, cardinal signs are starting to come out of their shell a little bit, whereas you are retreating back because you don't really see you. It's like what you're doing, you don't see the benefit of being involved in this thing anymore. Okay. You may feel like it's doing more harm than good. You may feel like it's giving you a headache. Okay. Anyway, so repairing the mind, body, and spirit. But this is not a bad thing. You need this time out anyway to just gather your thoughts. And some of you need to take this approach because, like I said, there is somebody trying to pick a fight with you. And you have to be very, very mindful of what you say to this person, because this person may even be a boss. Because we do have the world coming through, which the world is actually very Saturnian to me in nature. It does kind of like have like a little bit of a Jupiter undertone, but the world to me is very Saturn. Okay. So like I said, this could be a boss. Okay. Some of you, somebody may be trying to boss you around as if you're like a maid, or if your duty is to be of service to them. So that could be another thing as well, where you're kind of just like, no, not me. Okay. Anyway, so, and you see how whatever this creature is, they are absolutely 100% enjoying themselves. Okay. They have bubbles. Okay. They have candles. All right. So it's simply just a matter of just taking a breather. Some of you possibly have been working a lot. So that could be why the Me Talks energy card is coming up, where it's like, you know what, you need to get a handle on this, because you can't run your body into the ground. You only got one. Okay. I mean, you can go to the doctor and get a new body, but that's not how it works. Okay. You can't, you can't go to the doctor and you just have these health issues and it's just like, just fix it and you don't have to do anything. No, that's not how it works. So it could just be you need to take better care of your body during this time. Okay. We have eyes of the eagle, rise above the fray, and that totally makes sense. What I said is just taking a step back, think possibly about what you want to say. Some of you, you may be taking a step back to think about what you want to say because you're about to break up with somebody. Hence, mutable, moving. You're about to make some sort of move, moving away. I feel like it feels more so moving away instead of moving toward. So you're gonna, I mean, it could be maybe you're going to be writing a resignation letter. Maybe some of you are going to be writing some sort of speech. Who knows? If you're in that type of work, you could be. You may have to um, present a PowerPoint or something like that to a boss or to people that are very or they're in that wheelhouse when it pertains to on the board, they're higher up. Okay, so that could be something that you may feel a little bit nervous about, but it does feel like that you are taking on a lot. I mean, some of you, you may even feel like that you're having to take on your boss's duties because they're just not getting it done. And maybe people in the office trust you more than they trust their boss. So I kind of talked about this a little bit on a weekly horoscopes where it's just like, you can't be everything for everyone and still be have time to show up for yourself. It just does it's not going to work that way, you know? So definitely take this time to relax. And some of you because time may seem a little bit quiet and right now you're in a period of time where you are meant to observe instead of react or maybe just act period. You may not necessarily know how to accept that because you may be so used to acting, moving. And now it's like maybe a little bit at a standstill, or it's just like things are just slow. Just because things are slow doesn't necessarily mean that there's something's going wrong. It could just be you just take time. And sometimes it may just be you just need to take time to really figure out where you want to be, where you want to go. What direction am I going next? Okay? So you could be in a period where you are actually having to get a plan together. Instead of just going about things willy-nilly, now you may literally be in a planning phase. But I am getting something about initiating. All right. So I don't think you're going to initiate this fight. Honestly, I hate to say it, it may possibly be a little bit of drama that could possibly be coming your way. Hence why the eagle is here saying rise above the fray, like rise above the nonsense. I'm not saying that you have to turn the other cheek and not say anything at all. I am not saying that. But you're going to it's like the 7 of Wands. Choose your battles wisely. And that could definitely be the energy here. We do have the number 18, which would be the moon card. So there's fear. Yeah. A lot of you guys are fearful. Either you're fearful that people are forgetting about you or they're going to forget about you. So you're about to do something stupid because you just won't take this time to just wait. It's like take this time to wait out this phase that you're going through, this phase where nothing is happening. Just take time, just wait it out. It's not going to last forever. But some of you, it will last forever if you keep trying to egg, you keep trying to poke, you keep trying to force things to happen. And that may be the message here. A lot of you are trying to force things to happen because things are not happening. And you may have just came away from a period where a whole bunch of stuff was happening to the point where you couldn't keep up. And that may be why some of you guys are working yourself in the ground because you're trying to, I don't know. I said it before in the fixed sign, make up for lost time. Or you are trying to do whatever you're trying to do so that you don't get pushed to the background. But again, if you get pushed to the background, you're not going to be there for forever. But some of you don't understand that concept. Okay. So mutable signs right now, you may be going through a little bit of a period of attention seeking behavior. Yeah, the fates. It goes back to what I was talking about. This was already on the cards. This was already on the calendar, whether you tried to avoid it or not. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting something about a hysterectomy, so I'm not sure if some mutable signs are dealing with that. A colonoscopy or any type of pelvic exam is coming through or coming up. Some of you may be thinking about canceling it, but do not cancel it. I feel like that you should go when it pertains to that. Um, yeah, but this is like it's written in the cards already. Okay. But also if some of you are trying to figure out how to properly end something and you keep going back and forth, like, should I end it? Should I not? It's already on the cards that there probably is a break. There's a break in this situation already coming, because it's just time for you to start off, and it's time for you maybe it's time for you to start fresh with somebody different. And maybe you feel this, but it's the matter of, well, how are they going to take it? Are they going to bop me upside the head with something? I don't know, maybe. Teachability, yeah, it's a teaching moment. Everything that's happening right now in your environment, in your world, is a teaching moment. And these teaching moments will keep happening as long as you keep ignoring them. Okay? And that's all it is. So I feel like that a lot of you are probably just feeling a little bit frustrated with yourself because you don't understand. You may even be feeling like, what, I don't understand the lesson. I'm not necessarily sure what this has to do with anything going on in my life, but you're thinking too much about it. Okay? Some of you are probably trying to avoid the lessons. You're trying to like outsmart the universe, or you're trying to get ahead of something. And it's just like, you need to let this happen, because rather, if it rather it's supposed to happen today, tomorrow, or in 3 years, it feels like it is going to happen because it's just part of your path. Okay. I'm actually going to clarify this Fates card, because what is the fate? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yes. What I say, this lesson is something that you have to learn. The Page of Pentacles is normally the student. But what happens whenever the student tries to become the teacher and the student hasn't learned any of the necessary information to become the teacher? He gets ahead of himself. His ego gets out there. He becomes unlikable. Some of you may be in a period right now where either you're possibly being ghosted a lot. I'm not saying that you being ghosted is 100% your fault, but it could just be having to look internally speaking. Okay. And I'm not saying look internally speaking in terms of trying to change who you are completely, but sometimes looking internally speaking could be as simple as, okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have reacted like that. Maybe I went a little bit overboard reacting like that. Especially if you keep having the same reaction across multiple different people, then there's something there to be studied. There's something there to be looked at. Okay. And some of you could be possibly thinking about going back to school. But again, for you mutable signs, a lot of this is you're just trying to get your hand on anything at this particular point to speed up the process, because of the fact that you are in a period of waiting. You're in a period of, it feels like nothingness, but it's not. There's always something happening, but for you, it's just like, well, that's not true, because if something was happening, would not be able to see it? No. No. It's not always the case. Temperance card. Yes, that makes sense. Balance studying. Okay. So instead of going to school, you may be better at self studying. You may end up learning more that particular way. Okay. It feels like you're being baited into something. Again, it may be learning a new skill, or, yeah. I would say this, mutable signs, don't let people convince you to go a route and you don't have a lot of knowledge or experience in that. Okay, because this may end up being a fail. Okay, it's like ignoring that inner knowing within you, where it's just like, I probably shouldn't. But it's hard whenever people are just like, oh my God, you totally should. You should totally try it, yada, yada, yada. But it's like you're ignoring, your inner knowing. Because I kind of talked about this in the Greek mythology reading I did on Hades, where I said, in the underworld, there is almost just like an elixir. There is like a lake in a manner that kind of like would be similar to the one that you would see in heaven, or where Zeus resides. Okay. Um, but that's the tricky thing. There is, like I said, maybe somebody is trying to peer pressure. Well, peer pressure, or somebody trying to convince you to do something, but it really may not be the right thing for you. Like you're going to go against your better judgment. And unfortunately, this is one of the lessons that you need to learn. Going against your better judgment is not, of course, always, it's not good, period. I was about to say not always good, but it's not good, period. Going against your better judgment. Okay. Yeah, but I think you're going through a teachable moment right now. So let's look at the tarot cards and see if they're any different, and then we'll be done. Some of you are having to deal with a mother. She could be sick, or, a mother is just being quite cold to you. Oh, yeah. King of Wands and the Seven of Cups. You're not in a relationship with this person, even though you may be saying that you're in a relationship with this person. There's somebody that you're crushing on big time. Okay. This person is not in a relationship. Okay. Or maybe this person is being kind of mean to you, honestly, with the King of Wands in reverse, because the King of Wands in reverse is the King of Wands period is normally very charismatic. But in this particular instance, his charisma, it ain't there at all. His warmness is not there at all. Okay. Normally when he's upright, he's loyal, but whenever he's in reverse, it is a lack of loyalty. Some of you may be in like an I don't know, online dating, or you're like in an online relationship, but this person feels like they're confusing the hell out of you. But I don't think you're the only one. So that could be where the confusion comes from. 8 of Wands. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Not on the same page. Okay, it just doesn't feel like home anymore in this particular situation, or this could just be where you're at emotionally speaking. Emotionally speaking, you may be feeling a little bit lost. Some of you may be feeling estranged from your family, or you are about to distance yourself further away from your family because you may not feel that they are emotionally supporting you, or it may be a situation where you feel like that they only emotionally support you whenever it is of a benefit to them, you know. So you're not happy with your family right now. And also, if you're in a connection, you're not happy where this connection is at, romantically speaking. It's like this person does not get you. No matter how many times you say it, no matter how many different ways you describe it, they're not getting it. But for the most part, I really feel like this is more so family issues as opposed to, like, it could be romantic, but this is giving really big family issues, okay? Because of course we do have Piscean energy here. So um we do have, I'm hearing confiscate. I don't know if maybe a family stole something from you, or that may be the drama. Somebody possibly trying to accuse you of stealing something, and you're just like, I uh, you know you know how somebody can say something to you or accuse you of something, and you're just like, you don't even know what to say, because it's just like, you can't be for real. You can't be for real. Like, you're shocked. Like, what? Sometimes it can be like that, and you may be kind of going through that phase right now. You have 5 of Wands. Oh wow, family is not talking to you. Why? I don't know. 10 of Cups in reverse, the 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. This feels like avoiding confrontation as well. So this could just really just be a message that you need to, take heed to over the next, I would say, 3 to 6 or 9 weeks. Take heed, because I said it before, I felt like confrontation was coming your way, and I feel the same way with this 5 of Wands and this 10 of Cups. Even though it's coming in reverse, the 5 of Wands to me in reverse can be very bitter. See, whenever the 5 of Wands is upright, it's like, I understand that this is a competition, and I understand that I have to fight to prove myself, but whenever it's in reverse, it gives very bitter. It's giving very backhanded type of stuff. Maybe some of you have been backhanded in a way by someone, like someone has went behind your back in a manner to possibly try to maybe ruin your reputation, especially when it pertains to your career or family. Some of you may have an ex, and they're trying to like slander you in a manner to your family, because they may know what your family means to you. They may know how close you are to your family. And again, you're like, why would you do that? It's just like, come on. Ace of Wands, all right? Passion. Oh, some of you may get lucky, and there could be some sort of position coming through that you really didn't have to interview for, or it was really easy, and then they offer you something. Okay? 4 of Cups. But this almost feels like you get offered something, but for you it's just like, who's going to be happy for me? So mutable signs, you may be in this energy where it's really bothering you that people are not happy for you when it comes to whatever it is you're trying to do because it's of no benefit to them. But whenever it directly benefits them, something that you're doing, they are like all over the moon. But now it's almost just like they're uninterested in what you're doing. And you don't really understand because for you, you're just like, well, I'm always interested in what you're doing. So why isn't that reciprocated? A lack of reciprocity. And some of you, you could be dealing with this with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Cancer. This also makes me think of no matter what's offered is never good enough. Look at her. Where is it? Look at her underneath this tree. He's offering her a cup and she is just not impressed. Okay. And some of you, if you're talking about love, especially if you are dating or something like that, you are just not impressed. Or there's somebody that you want to get their attention, but they do not see you. Or maybe they see you but you guys have this weird dynamic going on where the other person is waiting for the other person to say something. And that may not ever happen because maybe the both of you in your own way are kind of stubborn. There's the moon again. The moon is coming in reverse. Okay. Fear, abandonment, anxiety, depression, even. Some of you, maybe your mom has dementia, or an elder has dementia, or there's a forgetfulness that's coming through that's very, very heavy here. Two of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, Knight of Wands. Okay, two. Something is staring you right in front of your face, or it could be a person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, but you can see in her eyes here, she's blinded. So she has to use her instincts. That's how she gets through. Okay, because she can't see. She's been blinded on purpose to teach her a lesson. And that kind of goes back to what I was already talking about here. So some of you have definitely put your blindfolders on, especially when it pertains to money. I hate to say it. Some of you have put your blindfolders on in terms of money, in terms of you've possibly sacrificed a part of who you are for a quick buck. And now it just feels like something is catching up to you. And I don't know in what direction it's coming from. Some of you guys is tied to money. Others of you, it could be tied to family. Others of you, it could be tied to love, job, career. We have the Knight of Wands, but it's like you're not really ready to leave the train wreck. So even if you're in a particular relationship and it feels like you're really trying and this person just does not necessarily get you, you are trying so hard for this person to see you for the great person that you are, and they're just not going to see it. You are purposely remaining blind in this situation instead of following your instincts. Your instincts are telling you need to go where you feel appreciated, you need to go where you feel comfortable. But yet you keep coming back. You keep going back. And that's why the lesson keeps repeating. Or that's why you're in this particular period of nothing is happening. Because the universe or your guys, they kind of like want to see, are you tired of the same old shit or not? What do you want to do? But some of you just can't look away. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, you've convinced yourself that somebody with a lack of morals, values, somebody who just does not, who lacks character, you've convinced yourself that that is okay because that's just you accepting them for however the hell they come. No way. I don't think you and in my opinion, I don't think that you and this person are going to get married. Somebody keeps going back and forth on the concept or the idea of marriage. And I just don't, it's like you feel comfortable, but you're not comfortable enough to cross that threshold if that's what you're looking for. Some of you may not necessarily get married because you just don't necessarily know how to be in a relationship. You've been out of one for so long, your relationship muscles are just so weak, or you just don't really trust anybody. You feel like somebody's going to come in and take over and they're going to get in the way of all the things that you're doing. But that's just your trust issues. Okay, yeah, Seven of Cups and the High Priestess. I hate it. I mean, I don't think that's really a bad thing. But it can become a little bit of a head scratcher whenever you get to a point in your life and you're just like, I'm alone. Well, it kind of comes across like really you only just care about you. You're not really interested in kind of like sharing your life with not truly. You're not at that particular point yet. Doesn't matter what age you are, you know? And that's kind of like why it feels like life is kind of like repeating. If it depending on the area that it's repeating in. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles, King. What I say? I don't want nobody coming in taking nothing of what I got. You just always think that your stuff is always at threat of being taken because maybe you had to start over in some sort of a manner. But the cards here are kind of like saying it might be to your best interest to kind of like be single for a little bit because there is somebody coming in. Okay. And this very likely may be, yeah, this is new love to me. You may meet them in the season of Virgo, which is about to start very soon. But yes, this person, they're very warm, they're very soft, maybe very cuddly, or there's just a warmth about their presence. And they give you your space, which you may like or you may not like because they're not really concerned. Or at least it comes across that way, that they're not really concerned. You know, they care, but it's like, I'm not about to be beating down your block, you know. It's just I'm confident in either you're gonna pick me or you ain't. I admire that. What's going Oh, okay. Okay. Ace of Cups. So that's good. Some of you, if you've been having some issues with the boss, you guys will get back on the right track. But it is gonna take some time, okay? Judgment came out. Eight of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are absolutely going to go right back into the fire. It's almost like you're giving up a lot to be with this person, or they expect you to give up a lot to be with them because maybe you really enjoy the fact that they're clingy. Ain't the right one for you because this person doesn't really respect. I don't really think this person respects you, but that's just what I feel. Yeah. So Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's codependent per usual. Not shocking. Very codependent. Yeah. The person that you're looking for in terms of romantically speaking is it actually may be a Cancer, okay? Or this person is in another place. Like you actually have to get in the car and drive to go see this person. Um yeah, but they are you guys are kind of different. Yeah, you actually maybe it may work out. There may be communication between you and this person soon. Nine of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So mutable signs. This is being a reading or your energetic energy update. Hope it helped and see you later.